Chinese food restaurant on the other side of the freeway that said $1 Chinese food, and I always wondered, how can you afford to pay $1 for Oh, we're live. Oh, God. Thanks for the warning, Michael. Welcome back, everybody, to the worst show on the internet. It's Full Gruntle, and I am not Tim.
And I am not Dan.
No. Tim and Dan are away on a top secret squirrel mission. Tim was finally able to drag Dan into therapy, right? So we're happy for that. Dan, we hope you get better soon. But I'm Brandon. Some of you guys might recognize me from other Grunt style stuff. And I've got a special guest with me today helping out. Angel, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the people at home?
Hey, well, thanks for having me on the show today. My name is Angel. I work here at Grunt Style, right upstairs here in San Antonio, Texas.
And if there's two things that are always absolute in life, it's women being disappointed and me and Michael being here with us. Hi, Michael.
I'm going to still be disappointed.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. But it's Full Gruntle. It's the worst show on the internet. And like we said, Dan and Tim are away, so the boys are going to play. And Dan has no idea we're doing this. Dan has no cell service, no internet, no phone. He's in the middle of the woods getting his chakra relined. So if you've been following the show, you know that we created Dan some dating profiles because Dan is lonely and he needs a woman. So Michael, we actually got some of the women that Dan matched with on these apps, and we brought them in and we've interviewed them.
Yeah.
And we're going to go over those interviews. Are we ready to do that now?
Let's do it. Let's do it now.
We've got what, 2 interviews, Michael?
Yeah, we got 2.
We've got 2 just real beautiful souls that match with Dan, and we're going to interview them. And we're gonna listen to Michael talk to them about what they see in our dear friend Dan.
Yeah, they actually agreed to talk to me yesterday, so it was very unconventional, I'll make that point clear. But yeah, we'll start with our friend Emily, and she was the one with the doctorate degree that we talked about last week. So without further ado,
brains
let's
and beauty.
get into it.
All right, Emily, nice to have you on today. I know a very unconventional way to go through
Caitlyn
a
Jenner
dating
vibes
process.
from Emily right now.
You did message Dan on Farmers Only, so you agreed to have us ask some questions, and but having gone through your profile, there's just some questions we'd like to ask, and for our audience to get to know you better. You mentioned in your profile that you love traveling and trying new things. Can you share some of your favorite experiences and destinations so far?
Yeah, hi. Thanks for having me on here. Some of my favorite experiences include exploring the streets of Paris, going on a safari in South Africa, of course, not killing animals or anything, but and hiking in the mountains of Colorado. I absolutely
know Dan. He
love
loves a good hike.
myself in different cultures and landscapes.
Wow, those are some bucket list destinations for many. As someone who enjoys cooking and trying new restaurants, do you have any favorite cuisines or specific dishes you love to prepare?
Oh my God, I absolutely love Mediterranean.
I didn't even know that was a real place.
Cuisine.
Yeah, too healthy for him.
Oh, actually, isn't that culturally appropriate? I'm not. I don't know. Anyway, I love
culturally appropriate.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. I love experimenting with different ingredients and flavors, and one of my favorite dishes to prepare is homemade sushi. Of course, it's all sustainable synthetic fish that it's made out of.
Synthetic what?
I just love creating new things.
I love sushi from H-E-B. Have you tried theirs?
Oh my
absolutely
goodness.
not.
Wait, she doesn't like ETB?
You mentioned that you're looking for a partner who is ambitious and shares your love for adventure. What are some qualities you admire in a potential partner?
Yeah, so I mean, as long as my potential partner has really smart, definitely intelligent.
Oh, Dan's super smart and intelligent.
Work ethic. Definitely a 6-figure salary and a 6-pack, of course. Sense of humor is really important too, and just a genuine interest in learning and growing together.
Did you look at Dan's profile picture? I'm bring you a 6-pack of beer.
Yeah, I mean, but does he make a lot of money?
I don't know. We don't talk salary, but I know he's very successful
Bigger.
at what he does. So we'll see. He didn't graduate high school. He graduated high school, but he doesn't have a college degree. Is that an issue?
Every salary is a
No, that
six-figure
should be
salary
fine.
if
I
you
mean,
put
as
the
long as he's
decimal
making
point in the
money,
right
that's
spot.
totally
That's
fine.
right, man.
Yeah, money.
That's all you need to do.
Your expressed interest in a partner who can challenge you mentally and intellectually. Can you share an example of a stimulating conversation or debate you've had recently?
Oh God.
Yeah, I actually recently had a fascinating conversation with a colleague of mine. You know Elon Musk, right?
Oh yeah.
I think everybody does. Anyway, so he and I were talking about the ethics of artificial intelligence and its potential impact on society. We discussed the pros and cons and how we can strike a balance between technological advancements and maintaining our humanity.
Now that response sounded
I did
artificial.
not understand a single word she just said.
It's really finding the balance. And I also ensure that I make time for my hobbies and interests.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So part of those interests include spending time outdoors and staying active. What are some of your favorite outdoor activities?
I love hiking, kayaking, cycling. Like, whenever I have some free time, I just try to get outside and enjoy nature. Whether it's exploring the local park or going on a weekend getaway, to the mountains or Italy or, France maybe. Yeah.
The last time Dan was in France was when he stormed the beaches of Normandy.
With someone I can grow with.
Motivator, gonna go.
Both personally and professionally. Of course, I'm open to the idea of marriage. Obviously, without the prenup. Starting a family, obviously. With the right person, as long as they come along and share the same values and vision for our future.
Yeah. Emily, your profile mentions that you have a doctorate degree, and we're all just, very curious as to what field of study is that doctorate in, and what inspired you to pursue it?
Of course. So my doctorate degree is actually in environmental science with a focus on sustainable development.
I think we can all agree we pass on this.
Passionate about protecting the environment and finding solutions to help mitigate the impact of human activities.
Did I ever tell you guys I got a PhD?
In what?
I got it from an online school called DeVry. Or no, I got my PhD from University of Phoenix.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
I don't think it's actually worth much, though, because that school doesn't exist anymore.
Oh.
So I'll only be answering to Dr. Brandon.
Okay, now. Dr. Brandon.
Yeah. Michael, I don't think that's the girl for our Dan.
No, she definitely seems very high maintenance.
Our Dan deserves better or worse.
Better. She was giving me a little bit of like Valley Girl vibes, you know. It was just a little
very gold digger looking for a sugar daddy.
Yeah.
She's PhDs are expensive. She's got to pay off all those student loans.
True.
So
very true.
And I don't know. I don't know. I don't see Dan riding a bicycle down the streets of Paris.
Yeah, or kayaking.
Yeah, I don't. So let's look at some of these comments. She can't carry a keg up steps. Dan requires that. Dan does need somebody that can.
That's right, brother.
Yeah.
A case of vodka.
She's not the one, Dan. Next. Dan's out. I can't picture him on a bike if he stays away from the Ranger panties. I think that's the only way to ride a bike.
That's right.
I've
gotten a lot of compliments when I wear mine and I ride my bike.
Yeah. I get a lot of compliments like, sir, please put those away. Your balls out. This is a public area.
Yeah.
I'm calling the police. Lots of people say nice things.
I think it's nice.
Yeah.
They're compliments.
That mainly here at work though, too.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. Dan would break her. Why on earth is she on Farmers Only anyway? Well, because farmers make a lot of money.
Yes.
And she's definitely looking for a sugar daddy. So Michael, I think she's out. I think Emily's out.
Next.
We have another one though, correct?
Yeah, Cassie. That seemed to be a popular one last week from everyone.
Oh, I remember old Cassie. I'm excited for this.
Yeah, stripper that's been married 5 times.
Stripper that's been married 5 times. 6 is the lucky number, If 3 is a lucky number, 6 is 2 times more than 3, so it's doubly lucky.
Dang.
And it's close to 7.
Dan could be the 6th marriage.
Dude, I'm a Marine, dude. Math for me is just too much. Whatever you just said, no idea.
Sorry. 3 good, 6, even more good. There we go. All right, Michael, why don't we jump into the interview with Cassie?
All right.
Cassie, thanks for agreeing to join us.
Well, thank you for having me. This ain't the worst thing I've ever done, so I guess it'll be fine, but let's just go ahead and get it over with.
This isn't the worst. Let's go ahead and get it over with. That's exactly how most of Dan's relationships start.
So you had one of the more interesting profiles. You certainly had a entertaining upbringing. Can you tell us a little bit more about your past, and we'll let you to pursue careers like stripping or alligator wrestling? The alligator wrestling.
Alligator what now?
Alligator wrestling.
A little more interesting. As how do you get into that?
Where do I start? I've always been someone who really enjoys taking risks, and if like the boys could do it, I figured I could do it. So when I was younger, I started running around with a real rowdy crowd. We'd go out on the back 40, we'd get a little drunk and maybe not make the best decisions. But
Sounds right up Dan's alley.
So
That's Dan.
Have you ever spent a weekend with Dan?
I would just run around, and if I saw the boys doing it, I would think that I could do it, and I sure as hell did it.
I
So
sure as hell did it.
Accent.
No, go ahead. You're asking the questions here.
Did some of that upbringing and your need to be wild influence a lot of why you were getting kicked out of bars and decided it was a good idea to perhaps go skinny dipping in public fountains?
Skinny
dipping
dipping
in public fountains. Why would I want to be boring? You got to make memories somehow. I want to be memorable, and I sure as hell am.
I'm going to remember.
That's a great candidate. A great candidate.
You've got 2 kids from my understanding of your profile. We don't need to go into kids on this. But how do you feel about commitment now? And as you're looking to date, how do you feel about your commitment now, given your past experiences with marriage?
Well, I won't lie to you on this. Commitment is not my strong suit.
Noted.
But you see, that's why I'm looking for someone who just really knows how to handle a wild girl like me. I mean, if he wants to settle me down, and if he tries hard enough, he probably could. And I'm willing to see if he can do it.
Well, we'll definitely find out, right? What are some of your favorite spontaneous adventures or trips that you've taken in the past?
I got so many, I don't even know where to start. I've done everything from dyeing my hair pink to running naked around the street. One time we went to Vegas with some friends. Hey. We had a wild time. I got so drunk. We even ended up sneaking into a Billy Ray Cyrus concert.
Billy Ray.
It was amazing.
That's impressive.
Another time, me and my girls hopped on a plane, acted like we were on a bachelorette trip, drove down to Bourbon Street. We were staying up north somewhere in Louisiana, drove down, got super drunk for the night. I won't tell you this because legally I can't, but there may or may not have been some alligator wrestling on that trip too.
Sounds like fun with the end.
Wow. She's got both arms still.
All right. So a lot of these adventures in your past, how do you balance your love for those adventures per se, and with being the mother of 2 children?
Well, my kids are stuck with me, and I'm stuck with them. But they're still a top priority for me. I try to make sure that those little rascals are always taken. Without them, I probably wouldn't be the woman that I am now. I would probably still be running around naked. But, that's not as fun at this age. People don't like that as much. So they've become a priority for me.
Switch to Ranger
But they kind of helped mellow you out a little bit, so to say.
A little bit.
As Dan mentioned in his profile, and as he's talked about in the past, he's not a very religious person. He's very respectful.
Do
you think you would share with him?
He just really wanted to experience new things, and I think that's interesting. I mean, I've done the country boy. The country boy don't always turn out right. He just moved down here. He wants to take some risks, have a little fun, if you know what I mean. And I think he could explore
I want to know what she means.
What does she mean?
He likes to have some fun in some unconventional ways, and so do I.
Unconventional.
Well, unconventional is never boring.
It's a big word for me.
Exactly. That's my motto.
As we wrap up this wonderful conversation, Cassie, is there anything else that you would like to share with me, Dan, and potentially our audience for today that we haven't covered yet?
Well, I just want to say, my past might have been a little unconventional, and I know that. It's honestly made me the person I am today. And it gave me a lot of experience in a lot of different ways, if you know what I mean. But let's just say that at this point in my life, I'm just hoping to settle down with the right man. Hell, I would live out my Yellowstone dream. You know that TV show?
Oh, good Yellowstone.
The right man that the Lord's going to send me. As long as he's not boring
giving me that
and he ain't a cheater,
vibes.
I'm all for it.
Well, very good, Casey. All
right.
Wow.
All right.
Okay, there's a lot to unpack there.
Wow. I mean, it's possible. I can see it.
Hey, what I want to know is, does she have a younger sister? Because I could see Dan and I double dating on that one.
Oh, that's cute.
That would have been a good follow-up question too.
She seems wild, and I know Dan needs wild. I don't know how we don't see. This is the problem. We don't know how Dan's going to come back from this spiritual retreat that he's on
with the chakras all aligned and whatnot. Yeah,
but that sounds like Dan. Like Cassie sounds like Dan
to a T.
Michael, you spent a lot of time with Dan. What do you?
Well, you would think he'd want to mellow out, but the guy just keeps going, but he's always looking for something fun to do. And if a woman's not willing to do that, it's going to get boring real quick. And so he has to have somebody that can keep up with him.
Yeah.
Just now forever in the rest of my mind, I'm going to picture Dan dressed like an alligator wrestling with this chick. But we want to hear what you guys think. The number's up on the screen. Call in. Let us know if you think Cassie is a good match for Dan. I think so.
I think so. I think she's a great candidate.
Yeah. But somebody said you can tell she's still got that spark in her. So she'll be the one to keep up with the pace. I think so. Yeah.
I think so. She kind of sounded like a little bit like she could be a little like she wants to be chased by a man.
Oh,
which I think Dan's
not chasing.
Yeah, that's where
she. Well, she said she's in for the Yellowstone life, which we know our boy Dan loves a good Yellowstone.
He does. He's a huge country.
Yeah. Well, we want to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Michael, do we want to take a quick break while we?
Yeah, we're not going to go to a video, but
I've got to process what I just heard.
That last one. What's her name? Cassie.
Sassy
Dang.
Cassie.
Sassy Cassie. I like that, Michael. Boy, that's a lot.
Tough.
That's a lot, man.
Well, while you process, I just wanted to quickly go over that. For this month only, we're giving prepaid club memberships at 20% off. If you're not familiar, Club Grunt Style is our monthly T-shirt subscription. You get a new shirt each month. It's original. It's exclusive. You can't get it anywhere else. And you get free expedited shipping, 10% off every order, and entries into some awesome giveaways. So if you're interested in joining the best patriotic T-shirt subscription, Club Grunt Style, we're giving prepaid subscriptions 20% off this month. So that's huge, great savings. Try us out. We got 3, 6, and 12-month terms. All right.
Awesome. Well, I think we're going to move on to something else. Michael, what do you got planned next?
Yeah, so confessionals.
These are my confessions.
We had the team scour the internet and provide us about 15 different online confessionals. And what we're going to do is just read them, discuss them, and determine if they're real or fake. Because some of these, I even decided to start digging on my own, and it gets creepy in there.
The internet's a scary, terrifying place.
People are weird.
Yeah.
I've just, I kind of looked over a little bit of this, and there's a lot of weird fetishes on here, Michael.
Yeah. Well, I used your computer, and it went off your
search
history.
That was a horrible mistake. IT, he's joking. I haven't been looking at any of that stuff. Great.
Well, I would like them to see my browser history on doing the research for
now
this.
I'm fired. That's awesome.
Yeah, so Brandon, why don't you take it off with the first one?
Yeah, so we're going to – now, are we guessing if these are real or fake?
We're going to discuss them and be like, no, this is bullshit. Oh, I could see this being real.
Okay, so the first anonymous online confession. I spent over $5,000 on inflatable dragons so I could have sex with them.
What?
Now, look, I've seen a lot of weird inflatable sex stuff, but not dragons.
I think I might have seen one. Not mine. Not mine. It was in the barracks when I was in the Marine Corps.
That's what they all say.
Yeah, it was in the barracks. It's real.
There's some weird barrack stuff that they can't fire you for research. Okay. I don't know if I believe that. Oh, no, really, guys? It's research. Sorry. Yeah. What the hell were you researching?
I wonder if this person was a fanatic of Game of Thrones.
Or maybe Dungeons and Dragons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
There's some weird stuff that happens, though, in the barracks. Like, I will say that. I've walked into some weird things. We've all, if you've served and lived in the barracks, yeah, there's some weird stuff in there that happens. I don't know what I think about this. $5,000 is a lot of money.
How many inflatables is that?
Yeah, how many inflatable dragons are you getting for $5,000?
Is it just one?
I hope it's more than one.
Yeah.
Because if you paid $5,000 for one inflatable dragon to with, you have more money than you need. And hey, man, like if you want my Venmo, we'll put it at the end of the story.
I can't trust this.
Somebody says they believe it and that people are really weird nowadays. Yeah, like yes, but no, I don't think this is real.
Oh man, you know what? I think it is real.
Okay.
Probably multiple dragons. Afterwards, he pops them. Ah, that's hot.
He pops them. Ooh.
Why don't you guys call in? Let us know what you think about these. We want your opinion. We want your feedback. Or you can tell us a weird internet fact that you found. I know all of you guys out there are degenerates.
It's anonymous, so.
An inflatable dragon is roughly $33.
$33. That's it?
Dang, so that's a lot of dragons.
That's a lot of dragons.
We had a closet full of dragons?
I could get into some weird stuff for $33.
That's 151 dragons.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Okay, let's move on. Angel, you want to read the second one?
God. Okay, this one. Oh, man. I guess I'll take this one.
Yeah, you take the hit
I'll take this one. All right. I pretend my girlfriend is a giant cockroach when we have sex.
So there's two things before we move any farther. Say that word again.
Which one?
Cockroach?
Cockroach.
That's not the way you said it the first time.
Cockroach?
Cockroach. It's a me, a Mario.
Oh,
yeah.
Papa Roach.
Oh, boy. The second thing I want to touch on is, man, y'all need, I think we're past needing Jesus. I don't know what you guys need, but.
That's weird, man.
Yeah.
Does she know?
Yeah, does she know? Does she know that that's your thing? Like, do you close your eyes and you're like, oh, yeah, oh, yeah,
oh, yeah,
oh, yeah, oh, yeah? This might be too far, but I've seen this meme that just every time I see it, it kills me. It's this cockroach, and he's like, oh, yeah, step on my wife harder. I'm a cuckroach. I don't know about this, man. Nice. Michael, what do you think?
I believe it.
Yeah.
People
believe it?
Their minds.
I'm gonna say no. That's just I don't know. That's
that seems like too oh boy.
Yeah.
Cockroach.
So
cockroach.
Are you attracted to cockroaches then? Because if you are, right. My guy, San Antonio.
Yeah.
Cockroach capital of the world, I feel like.
Yeah, New York's got the rats, we got the roaches.
Yeah. Wow. Call if that's you, call in and talk to us. I have questions for you. Maybe you need to go to the place Dan's at right now.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, when Dan gets back, we'll get the info forward and send it to you.
Give you a little, maybe 10% off the next session or something.
Does Dan do that? Does he get like a kickback if he recommends people to go to the camp?
So. I wonder if you can get a membership there.
More than one.
Whenever you're going through some tough
How
stuff.
fucked up are you? You need to come once a month? We have a package for that. Oh, boy. Michael, you want to take number 3?
Yeah, weird one. My ex-girlfriend had to wipe my ass after I drunkenly took a dump during post-21st birthday shenanigans.
Oh, that's for sure real.
Yeah.
Are you in a relationship if you haven't had to wipe your significant other's ass?
I mean, I haven't.
It's a keeper.
First of all. But I know people that might have done it.
Yeah, I believe this one.
Yeah,
I don't even think that's that weird.
After happy hour.
Oh boy. Okay, I'll take 4. God, this one's a freaking paragraph. We were drunk one day, so we decided to go about messing around and moved all the markers in the ground on a construction site for a big building. A Apparently, nobody noticed until after construction had been completed, and the construction company had to knock the whole thing down and rebuild it. Man, I don't believe that.
No.
There is so many checks and balances that go into that type of stuff. No way.
Yeah, inspections.
Yeah.
I think. And then for them to make them break it down? No.
Not only are you lying, but you're a bad liar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang. Well,
and if it is true, that sucks.
No way. Hold on. I played an interesting 8-guy, 8-girl truth or dare in the barracks. Let's just say everything that could be done was done.
Oh.
Boy.
I believe that.
Yeah, that sounds like something the Inspector General might want to get on.
Okay.
If I ask you if you're CID, you have to say if you are or not, right? Like,
wait, just say that a little bit louder.
Could you into the microphone? I can believe that. Like, there's some weird shit that happens in the barracks.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Not only in the barracks, but like on base housing.
What's the weirdest thing you ever saw in the barracks?
The weirdest thing, somebody had a pet. In the barracks.
Okay.
And that pet shit everywhere. Well, this person never picked up the shit. So when they went into the room, the shits were white. Like from how old they were.
You live like that, man?
Dude, I don't know, but
nobody else pick up after them just out of curiosity?
No.
Disgusting.
I'm pretty sure I walked in on a satanic ritual once.
Oh, that's weird.
That was one of those ones where I walked in, I was like, nope, not today. Turn around, walked right back out.
Yeah, that's a good idea, man. Next thing you know, you're going to be.
Okay. So yeah, nope, don't believe the whole construction site story. I don't buy it.
No.
Number 5, Angel, you want
Number 5? Okay. Oh, this one's interesting. Okay, I work as a nurse, and I secretly switch patients' medications around just to see what happens. It's like a sick game to me, and I get a rush from the chaos that ensues.
That's called medical malpractice.
That's messed up.
That's how you lose your license and go to jail.
But it would be funny seeing what
for sure. It's like a big giant science experiment, man.
Yeah.
Or maybe nothing happens and none of the medications are real.
Oh, imagine that.
Huh. I don't know if I necessarily believe that. I mean, you got to be really willing to lose your job
or your livelihood.
She probably works for the VA. Oh boy.
Oh man. Nice.
It's funny because it's true. Anybody? Oh, I can't. I don't think I'm going to read that one out loud. But yes. Cool.
Yeah, that's sick of a person if they're doing that.
Yeah,
because you're messing with lives.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's all fun and games until somebody dies.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that how it goes?
Number 6, Michael, I'm going to let you have that one.
Yeah, we have a neighborhood Facebook page. When I discover parents that don't vaccinate their children, I tell my wife not to invite them over to play. It's just lame.
That's, oh boy, I can hear it now already. Michael, can I skip down to one that caught my eyes?
You want.
This I saw this one earlier, and I made a mental note to come back and touch on this one. Okay, here I want you guys to stick with me on this. I'm going to come real close to the microphone. I'm a medical student, and I had a female patient who was new to our practice, who was HIV positive. I needed to ask her how she got the virus, for example, sexual or IV drugs, sharing needles, etc. And she told me it was a sexually transmitted disease, and the only reason she got tested was because her partner of 3 years, his last words to her as he was dying in hospice on his deathbed was, I'm sorry, I wanted to tell you, forgive me.
Was he talking about the HIV?
I think the premise here is that like he had been cheating on her, had HIV, and then gave it to her and just never said anything.
Dude.
Wow. I don't even know where to go with that.
Out the freaking window, dude.
Right out the door, across the street.
Across the street at, I don't know.
like part of me wants to say kudos for that because like that's a memory that chick is never going to be able to get out of her mind, right?
Right.
Like, for the rest of her life, she's going to remember,
Dude,
wow, I love this guy, and his dying words to me were, hey, sorry, I gave you HIV.
That's true.
I mean, his punishment is dying, so.
Damn, that's harsh, man.
Yeah.
Somebody said that they've heard of instances of that happening. Man, what a secret to keep until the end, you know?
Yeah, being on your deathbed and just being like, hey.
Yeah. You have any crazy secrets, Angel, that you would take to your deathbed and then just drop at the last minute just to fuck with people?
No, dude.
What about you, Michael?
Not yet.
Michael, I feel like you do.
I feel like I openly talk about everything, even when I shouldn't.
Yeah, right?
It's kind of annoying. I either sing it or I tell it.
Say it out loud. I'm thinking it out loud.
But those are the type of people I feel like would have the best secret. Like, oh, I know everything about this guy. He talks so openly about everything. And then you're dying and you're like, hey, by the way, I have this whole other family that lives in Omaha, Nebraska. And
are you sharing yours just through us, though?
Oh, boy. Man, my secrets.
Yeah, hold up.
Never going out on the internet, man.
We did go to Omaha a lot together, Brandon, and you've been back several times.
I have.
Makes sense.
You have?
Yeah. It's a beautiful city.
Oh, we have a story there, too.
Hey, easy.
No bueno.
No, actually, I have a video that I pre-recorded that on my death will go out with.
No way.
Every day I get in, I enter a password. If that password doesn't get entered in 24 hours, the whole it goes.
That sounds like bullshit too.
No, I believe that. I can see you doing that.
So make sure you follow me on social media. That's where the video is going to go. That's how I try and get people to follow me. I'm like, well, if you want to know about my secrets, you better hope I die. That's probably more prominent now. The sausage was filthy. What?
Oh, the HIV thing. Yeah.
No. Stop. No.
Oh.
No.
These comments are interesting.
Yep. Nope. Can't read that one out loud either. You guys are on one today, but I like it.
That. Yeah.
I like it. So thank you guys.
Infantry.
My beloved infantry. We are a weird group of people. Yep.
You are.
Angel, you want to pick? You want to pick another one because I don't know where to go from HIV.
Another one. Yeah,
secret.
Man. That's. Okay.
Let's do the one
right
now.
This is an interesting one. I'll go with number 9 right here. I have a crush on our local delivery guy, so I ordered all kinds of shit just to see him. It started 6 weeks ago. Well, and I quote, "It started 6 weeks ago when I had ordered a new electrical fan and he delivered it."
I totally believe that, man. So before Grunt Style, I worked for FedEx for like a number of years, and I would deliver, and you get on like the same route, you see the same people every day, and I'm sure, like obviously really? The statistics are on my side that there's a couple, probably more than one, probably all of them had crushes on me, right?
Really? They opened the door with like just towel on, and you were like,
"Oh, I didn't know you were here, Brandon.
Oh, just leave it in the kitchen.
Oh, can you carry it in for me? That envelope looks really heavy."
And what do? You march in there?
And then there was the creepy old guy who every time I deliver something, he'd be like, "You guys want some candy?"
Oh yeah, that's odd.
Nope, no thank you. So I'm sure, I'm sure that's true. Have you ever seen like a hot delivery person? You're like, man, maybe I should deliver more.
No.
Except for you. Maybe if I saw you back in your day.
Back in my day, dude, what the
fuck? Now.
Wow. Okay.
Well, it's because you don't do it now.
Wow. You bring them on for one show, and this is what I get.
I always give you compliments, Brandon.
Thanks, Angel. You're the best. Oh, yeah? Michael, you're up. I give up, man.
All right. This one's creepy. And remember, we used to have to put the tape on our cameras?
Oh, yeah. That was a thing.
Yeah. I've been hacking into people's webcams and watching them through their own computers for years. I know it's wrong, but there's something thrilling and when invading someone's privacy and seeing their most intimate moments.
So what's the weirdest thing they would have seen you doing? If somebody was watching you through your webcam?
Probably watching TikToks, just written like, scrolling through, double chin.
Yeah.
On the
most
shitter.
Unflattering angle in the world for Angel. Yeah.
4 a.m. in the morning.
Creepy. I believe this one. Yeah, I believe that for sure. Like,
and I bet there's still people doing that crap.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, like hacking it. Yeah.
Would you watch people if you could watch people and have them not know? Would you do it?
Would I do it?
Yeah.
Depends who it is. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I'd watch people.
I watch, dude.
Yeah. I like having that, like, I know something you don't. Again, like my video that'll go up if I ever die.
Yeah.
What's the most crazy place you all have had sex? For me, it was in the church parking lot, busted by the preacher. Am I going to hell? Well, yeah, but I doubt it's just for that. There's probably other things. I've had sex in some weird places. When smart TVs first came out, that was happening. People were hacking into the smart TVs.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, they hack into the smart TVs and the Alexas. And,
really?
Yeah, anything with a camera. If you're secure, Wi-Fi is not secure. They can get into it.
Well, I purposely leave my Wi-Fi unsecured so that people can hack into it.
Are you one of those people that like changes your Wi-Fi name to like something crazy?
Oh yeah, mine right now says ATF surveillance van.
That's funny.
Oh boy.
All right, let's do one more.
Okay, let me really dig in here. Okay. All right. I've got one. I once had an affair with my best friend's husband, and I convinced him to leave her for me. But now that we're together, I realize that I never really loved him, and I'm haunted by the guilt of what I've done to my friend.
That's true.
Well, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You're a piece of shit. And yes, I 100% believe that's true.
Yeah, I'd say.
How much longer are you going to play into that charade? Maybe that person needs to go to the camp with Dan, to the rehabilitation camp.
Maybe.
They're still going to heaven. Sex scene there. Okay. All right, we're going to heaven. Yay. Yeah, I totally believe that that's true. Also, that sucks. That's disgusting. You suck.
That happens way too often.
I hope you spill your coffee walking back from the coffee maker.
Yeah,
because that's the worst possible thing I can think of happening.
Worse than switching people's medications out?
Yeah, if I spilled my coffee after I just made it and like I was really tired and I was looking forward to that first delicious sip and I tripped and spilled it, I'd probably end it all. You know, there's a person in this office that doesn't drink coffee. Who's a tea drinker. I can't say the name.
Oh, a tea drinker.
Is that why we have tea
drinker
over by the Keurig?
Yeah.
Huh.
I've seen that little tea kettle up there, and I'm like, who is drinking this stuff?
Tea. Might as well just go be British.
Yeah, might as well. Cheerio. Oh, no, that's Canada, right?
I don't know. Never been there. Nope.
I'm from Wisconsin, so I'm pretty much Canada.
Yeah, you are. You're a Southern Canadian.
Don't you know?
Don't you know?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, let's get the hell out of here. Once we start talking about Canada, it's all downhill from there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in again to the worst show on the internet, Full Gruntle. We'll be back next week. We've got maybe Dan will be back. Maybe they'll let him out.
It's my understanding he'll be back.
He'll be a changed man for sure. So it should be interesting. So tune in next week as we continue to ruin Dan's life. Thanks, ladies.